Hey guys, I can't sleep, so I thought let's do a cozy little chat video. Why not? I haven't done one of these in a while. We basically act like we're on a little sleepover together. You can't sleep either, so let's just have a cozy video. Maybe you can watch this while you're eating, if you're by yourself, or while you're cleaning or something. I don't know, but thought I've got a couple of things to talk about, so let's just have a cute little video. I am drinking out of my Hogwarts in the Snow mug. You can probably see it's iron brew. It's not any cozy little drink, which probably helps explain why I can't sleep. So let me tell you the whole story. So the long and short of it is my sleep schedule has been awful recently. So as you guys probably know, I've been pretty ill recently. I'll talk about that in a minute, but I've never really recovered in terms of sleeping. So what happened today is I'll sleeping in for me, I slept till about 9 a.m, which is like a huge lie-in for me. I'm a morning person. So got up, did my day, and then at 2 o'clock in the afternoon I thought, I'm really tired, super tired, I'll have an hour nap. But of course I don't set an alarm because that would be the sensible thing to do. And so I wake up at 5:30, which is great. So I've slept for 3.5 hours, which is long enough that now I feel wide awake. So I probably won't end up falling asleep till about 3 o'clock in the morning, and then the whole cycle starts over again. So maybe tomorrow I'm hanging out with a friend in the afternoon, so hopefully that will stop me from napping and I can maybe try and get a normal sleep schedule going, because I've returned to work now and it's awful. I need a nap in the middle of the day and you can't do that when you work. So yeah, but I'm right in the middle of it right now, hence why I'm chatting to you guys, which is lovely. It's very nice. So as I mentioned, I've been super ill recently. So if you follow me on social media or you read the community tab or watch some of my videos, I don't remember what order videos are coming out in, and I think I mentioned it in another video, but I have been really ill and just generally had like the worst start to the year possible. So literally 1st of January, I got ill with a chest infection. But because I already have a pulmonary embolism, which is a long-standing health issue that I have, it was so much worse because my lungs were already really damaged and the chest infection was making it so much harder to breathe. So I basically spent 3 full weeks just being completely unable to move. I couldn't speak, like everyone had to do things for me. Like I couldn't get food, I couldn't do anything. It was awful, like truly traumatic. During that time, I also found out that the company I was buying my dream house from went under. It completely collapsed. So I lost the house and a significant amount of money. So that was pretty awful, dealing with that while also spending 3 weeks completely bedridden. I then, after the 3 weeks, so it was the weekend, and I started to feel well enough. Like me and my mum had a day trip to Amsterdam booked, and I've never been before. I was really excited. I wasn't feeling great, but I was like, you know what, we'll go, we'll take it easy. If we just sit in a cafe all day, we just sit in a cafe all day. Got on the plane, 6 o'clock in the morning, plane broke, so we had to go home. So didn't get my day in Amsterdam, and then because I was on that plane and my immune system still wasn't great, I got the flu. So then spent another week completely bedridden with the flu. So it has been a peak start to the year. It's been great. Literally nothing good happened for that entire month. So now we're in February. You'll be watching this in March, but now we're in February and things are looking up a little bit. I'm still recovering. I'm still not great from my illness, but recovering and back at work, trying to get back into my routines again. Had a couple of nice days here or there, which was nice because I was starting to feel like nothing good was ever going to happen in my life again. My mental health didn't exist. It was awful. Like I've never been that depressed in my whole life. It was so bad. So I'm slowly starting to recover again, sort of get back to normal, which is good, but we'll see how things go. But one thing I've really been enjoying is getting to film videos again. I've been trying to film more of like the low-key videos. Like I filmed what books I've read this season, and obviously I'm filming this and just try to do more relaxing sit-down videos before I start getting back into the more crazy videos. I don't think I do crazy videos, but maybe. See, I've still got like the cough and stuff, and you can probably hear my voice isn't quite back to normal yet, but we're getting there. One thing that's been really helping me actually each night, and I think it's more of a placebo than anything else, but I got the Body Shop Sleep Calming Pillow Mist, which is lavender. It's the same as the Bath and Body Works one. I've had both before. I just spray it on my sheets and around my room before I go to bed, and my whole room smells of lavender, and it's so relaxing. Does it help you sleep? No, but it helps you get into a much more like relaxed state of mind, which is really nice, and it just makes everything smell really like clean and fresh, even if your bed sheets aren't so fresh. So I'm just popping that in as a little recommendation. That's got me through a lot of things. It's the little things. But I have a couple of holidays coming up. In my heart of hearts, I feel like I'm not going to go on them because I just feel like everything that's happening this year is just crumbling in front of me. So like I didn't get to go to Amsterdam, and I just feel like I'm not going to get to go on these, but I've got a couple booked. So next weekend I am going down to England, to Manchester, with my brother's girlfriend. We're just gonna have a fun little weekend, see what happens. That'll be nice. I'm not gonna vlog that one, unfortunately. And then in April I'm going to Poland with my dad, which is really exciting. I've never been to Poland before. I've never been to Eastern Europe, if you count Poland as Eastern Europe, I don't know. Again, not filming that one, unfortunately. I'm kind of trying to balance what ones I film, what ones I don't film. And then that's in March. I might have said April. That's in March. And then in April I'm going to India with my brother, which is crazy exciting. Never been. I've been to Asia before. I've been to Japan. I've never been to India, and I'd love to go. And Indian food's my favourite food in the whole world. I can't wait to actually try proper authentic garlic naan, which is like my favourite food ever. Yeah, really excited about that. Really nervous. Obviously there's a lot to it. I have to get vaccines before I travel, which I've never had to do before. I've never been to a country where there's any sort of potential health risks and things, so it's all very new, but it's all very exciting. And I'm not promising anything, but I am hoping to vlog one of the days and put that up as like one video. And I might do a little like Indian McDonald's mukbang. I don't know, we'll see how things go. We're going on like a tour group, so we're not really getting to pick like what we do and when, so it just sort of depends. But yeah, hopefully you'll see that at some point. Or maybe a haul. I don't know if I'm going to buy things. I've got no idea. It's the first holiday I've been on where I've kind of just been at the mercy of the country and just sort of see what happens, really. Just see what I get to experience. So that will be really fun if I go. And then because those are obviously some quite big trips, and I went to Japan last year and things, I've not got anything booked in for the rest of the year. Just gonna keep it chill, save some money because I've lost so much money from the house. I might go on like a little staycation in the summer with Jolene or something like that, you know, just something cheap and cheerful and cute, and that'll be nice. Just enjoy some sun. Feels like it's been never-ending winter. You could probably see, maybe not, I don't know, my skin is awful at the moment because I've seen no sun, because number one, it's winter in Scotland, so we get like 3 hours of sunlight a day, and those 3 hours I was stuck in bed. So I'm very vitamin D deficient at the moment, and you can tell it from my skin and my mental state as well. But now I'm back better, and I'm taking Jolene for walks every day as well, so I'm starting to get a little bit of sunlight. And obviously we're getting into spring now, so we should get more sunlight each day, fingers crossed. And I'm meeting up with my friend tomorrow, and we're gonna go for a walk as well, which will be nice. Just trying to get outdoors, get fresh air as much as possible at this point. Speaking of Jolene, I have a very sleepy girl here. She was supposed to get her hair cut yesterday and the person was ill. So it's next week instead. If you're thinking, oh my god, that dog is so hairy. That dog is so hairy. Jolene is doing so well. She was a little trooper while I was ill. My family was actually a trooper. They completely took over taking care of Jolene, which is not what they signed up for. She's my dog. I should be looking after her, but they were so kind to do that. And Jolene was a little trooper, but now we're back together again. She's so I woke her up, I have to admit. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Can barely see her eyes. All right, we'll put you back. She's annoyed at me now. I'll sit like this so you can see her. She does that a lot. I think she can see ghosts. She sits at the top of the stairs and just stares down the stairs even when there's no one down there, and she knows that. It's really creepy. And oh good, she's going back to sleep now. And then she'll just like bark, which she only does if there's someone there. I'm like, who is it? I've always thought there's a man living in our attic. She's very distressed by that lion. Yeah, what else? Sorry if you can hear her sort of growling. She's just sort of getting herself settled again after seeing the lion. It's just people now. Oh, one thing I really wanted to talk about was when I did start to feel a bit better, I went to see The Zone of Interest, which is a film I've really been wanting to see. Spoiler alert for The Zone of Interest, by the way. I can't be bothered discerning what's a spoiler and what isn't at this time of night. If you don't know, it is a film. It's very strange film. It's not like your typical, it's not sort of structured in your typical way and things like that. So if you're not into that sort of thing, that's maybe a little bit more arty, maybe not for you. I'm not typically, but the plot really interests me. So essentially it's about this family in World War II living in Poland, and the dad of the family is in charge of Auschwitz, the concentration camp. He's like the main honcho essentially. And on the face of it, it's quite boring. It's just about this family living their everyday lives. The wife's mum comes to visit, you know, it's just about them living their lives, but all in the shadow of Auschwitz, which is literally right outside their house, and you can like hear things in the background and things are implied, and it's very, very creepy and unsettling. And like, for example, it's not the kind of film you would go and sit and eat popcorn in, but I loved it. I thought it was amazing. So well done. Very unsettling. Like, I saw it a week ago. I'm still thinking about it like every day, but really, really good. I quite enjoy unsettling, disturbing films. I don't know what that says about me, but I quite enjoy the thrill of it, I suppose. And it really made you think, especially because I'm going to Poland so soon. It made you think a lot. It was very scary and eye-opening, especially because in terms of Holocaust films, you don't often see them from the perspective of the people who were doing it rather than the victims. And I suppose there's different arguments about whether that's morally right and things like that, but it was very interesting and creepy to kind of see things from that perspective. But yeah, it was mad. There were some scenes I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. And I'm happy to talk about it in more detail, but I was going to talk about particular scenes, but I figure you clicking on this video, this maybe wasn't the kind of topic you were expecting. But I am actually, well, if all goes according to plan, going to visit Auschwitz with my dad when we go to Poland. And I don't know what the right word to use is, but I suppose I'm excited about going. I don't know what the right word is there, but I think it's an important experience, especially as a European person. I think it's an important thing to do if you feel you can handle it. I'm a big proponent of when you go and visit a country, you need to see the good and the bad of that country. In terms of history, like for example, that's a huge thing that happened in Poland. If you're visiting Poland and you want to immerse yourself in the history and the culture, that's something that you need to see. You can't just see the good bits. Let me know what you feel about that. It's maybe a controversial statement, I don't know. Like for example, if I ever visited Cambodia, like I go to a country for the culture but also for the history. The history is a big part of it for me. Like some people it's the food, the people, the nature, you know. For me it's the history. Like I feel like I would have to go and visit the killing fields and all that kind of stuff, you know. I just feel like that's really important to see the good and the bad of what the people in that country have been through. I don't know. Let me know what you think. So yeah, but it gave me an interesting perspective seeing that film to then know that I'm gonna actually go there. But I'm very interested. I know I'm gonna cry. I think it's gonna be a tough day. Me and my dad have decided we're not gonna do anything in the evening that night because we think we're just probably gonna need some time, and it might feel a bit weird to go from that to then go bowling. I don't know, not that we were gonna go bowling, but you know, to then go and like, I don't know, I feel like we just need to sit and reflect on it. So we'll get dinner and then probably just not do much the rest of the evening, just kind of sit and reflect. But we're going to the salt mines the day after that, so that will be nice. That'll be a bit of a palate cleanser, I suppose. While I've been ill, I've been reading a lot as well, which you will see from my what I've read in winter video, but obviously we're past that now, so I'm now into my spring reading. So I've almost finished Goblet of Fire as my reread. I've got 4 chapters left, like I'm already in the graveyard. You know what? Goblet of Fire was actually the first Harry Potter book I read, if you could believe it. I read them in such a weird order and I loved it at the time. And for ever since then, when I read it when I was 8, when it came out, it's like, this is the best of the Harry Potter books. And I felt like that right up until this particular reread. And I'm like, I don't actually like Goblet of Fire all that much. I feel like of all the books, This one and Philosopher's Stone have the worst reread factor. Philosopher's Stone, because it's a lot of setup, and if you already know the setup, it's not quite as fun to read, although I still really like it, and it's nice and short as well. Goblet of Fire, I've just found a bit of a slog this time. I don't know why. The first three I got through so quickly. I know this one is bigger, but it just, I don't know, it's just a bit like, I'm just not as interested in this one, which is strange. So I reread them once a year, so we'll see how I feel next year, but I'm just excited to get onto Order of the Phoenix because I know I really, really like that one. And then Deathly Hallows and Half-Blood Prince, I've actually not read as much. I sometimes just don't get to the end of the series, especially because in the past I've not really enjoyed Half-Blood Prince all that much. I just find it a little bit boring. But hey, my opinions seem to have changed since last time, so who knows how I feel. I know for a lot of people it's their favourite, so we'll see. We will see. And the other book I've been reading is Wildfire. I can't remember who it's by. They wrote Icebreaker. Loved that book, one of my favourites. And now they've released Wildfire, so I've been reading that, and that's been really fun, and it's actually been perfect to read beside Goblet of Fire, which I'm finding a little bit more difficult because this is so easy to read. It's so fluffy and lighthearted, and even any drama or anything really isn't that big. It's basically like a summer romance kind of book, and it's not normally my cup of tea, but I loved Icebreaker and I'm loving this one as well. It's just so easy to read. You could sit and read it in a day if you wanted, but I've been kind of breaking up. I've been reading 50 pages a day. It's kind of like my goal, and I think it's only like 300 pages, so I'm almost finished, and it's just really fun. There's not really that much to say about it, but it's been good. I enjoyed it. So if you're looking for that kind of book, I recommend it. I also really recommend reading 2 books at a time. That's really helped me. I don't know why. I think if I just stick to one book, I start to get a bit bored of it, but sort of switching up the plots like that has really helped. So I don't know, if you're maybe getting a bit of a reading slump, maybe try reading 2. It doesn't sound like it would help, but maybe it would. I don't know. But that's really all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to do a quick cozy little catch up with you guys. So let me know in the comments how you guys are doing. I really want to know. Make sure you check out my community tab because I post on there a couple of times a week. I've got Twitter, I've got Instagram, I have Goodreads, I have a Tumblr, I have all sorts. So be sure to check all that out because I'm trying to post a bit more regularly on there. It's not super easy, but I try my best. I do try my best. But yeah, this was super cozy. I'm so glad we did this. It was such a nice way for me to fill some time, and I feel productive as well because I've done a video. And let me know if you fancy more videos like this. I'm always happy to just sort of sit, chill out when I can't sleep, just have a little chat. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. So goodbye from me, and where is she? Goodbye from Jolene, who's fast asleep, and we will see you next time. Bye.